Hey, welcome back to Ping Pong Flicks. My name is Chris Wong. This is kind of a continuation from yesterday's driving podcast, if you will. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more and confirm this news on Twitter today. Out of all the conversation, all the controversy, everybody's ideas and opinions from yesterday and today, Geoff Johns tweeted out responding to a tweet that says, someone's asking him, at Geoff Johns, cinematic universe has only begun and you are already pulling the rug out from under it? Please keep the universe connected. Geoff Johns replied, it 100% is, with a giant picture of the DC universe with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. They have all the DC characters on it. So that, if that's not confirmation, I don't know what it is, because that is literally him saying that. Don't get the article mixed up with what I've said. Don't get it all mixed up. This universe is 100% connected. There are different stories within this universe, and it doesn't actually connect to an overarching, but it's still part of this universe. It's still connected. It's still in the same thing. There's not going to have many Jokers. We're not going to have many Batmans. You know, I mean, they could still have Elseworld stuff, but it's still connected. We're not changing anything from what happened in Man of Steel, what happened in Batman v Superman, what's going to happen in Justice League. This universe will continue on, and I wanted to kind of elaborate about the interconnection a little bit, and I want to bring up, because Geoff Johns, he is from the comic book world. Yes, he's gone through the classes of Richard Donner or something like that with Kevin Feige, but he brought up from the comic book world. So I wanted to elaborate a little bit more and trying to make you understand what that means, because, and I'm sure a lot of you know what that means, but I want to point out this Screen Junkies video that came up the other day, and they're kind of ranting about this DC universe, how about they don't know what's going on. I was totally blown my mind how they did not understand. For people who knew comics, who even, yeah, they're Marvel fans, but even Marvel does that, okay? They do that. They have this thing they call the comics, and they have different artists working on different comics and how it connects to in some way, in some other, like in Civil War, the Secret Wars, you know, it connects into one giant thing. And so I don't understand why they don't understand how DC would be able to do this and have done it in the comics. So check out that video, by the way. It's in the description below of the Screen Junkies, and let me know what you think if I'm blowing it out of proportion. But this is what I want to look at, because it literally is like this. So let's say, like, Our Worlds at War. Okay, this is a comic book I've had for a while. And Our Worlds at War. It is a culmination of different comics, and they brought it together in a graphic novel, because let's say this graphic novel is maybe like the first phase of the universe, where it culminates into World War. Okay, we have a story in here that's a Wonder Woman story in here, okay, and it's drawn by certainly different people. Story and pencil by Phil Jimenez, inks Andy Lanning, blah blah blah. And then in this same overarching storyline called World at War, you go to this page and it's a Superman. Okay, it's something else. It's a Superman comic, but it's part of this overarching story. And if you go to the first few pages, I mean, it literally tells you which comics it's pulled from. Okay, everything that culminates into one giant overarching. This is your Infinity War, you know. And we have the stories of Thor, we have the stories of Iron Man. This is, if you for Marvelites, that's what this means. That's what this is actually is what's going on here. And you know, we have Batman and Superman. We have a Batman and Superman movie. We have a Batman and Superman comic just for Batman and Superman. We've got Action Comics. Action Comics that have Superman, Shazam in it. Does it actually interconnect in a way? Does it? No. I mean, it's in the same universe though. Okay, and Superman. We've got Superman. We have different Supermans. Oh my God! Look, we have McLeod Austin and Amancio. I'm sorry, I'm not really good with this names here, but this version of Superman. We've got the Brian Azzarello, Jim Lee Superman. You know, The same thing. I mean, imagine these are the two different. Imagine this is the Zack Snyder Superman. This is the whoever's gonna direct Superman. I don't know who. Matthew Vaughn, whatever. You know what? This is the Matthew Vaughn Superman. But they're both played by Henry Cavill. Okay, so let's say Jim Lee is Zack Snyder, and this other person is Matthew Vaughn. You know, just different styles, but it's the same universe, the same thing. It's just a different story, and they all culminate into maybe Justice League. Okay, they're all culminate into this is their group movie. This is where everything comes together. You got your Green Lantern comic, you got your Robin comic, you got your Nightwing comic, you got your Wonder Woman comic, and they all culminate. And this, the one that does it best is, let's say this. Remember DC Universe Rebirth, and this one is actually put together by Geoff Johns, actually. So he kind of made this happen. And so you got this DC Universe. Say this is like a Justice League movie. Then you go in the back and you see how it says it continues on. The universe literally continues on with Batman, with Teen Titans, with Green Lantern, with Aquaman, Wonder Woman. It's not a different universe. It's the same universe. It just continues on. Here's your checklist. Here's your checklist of how Rebirth continues. How this universe continues. So that's how the movie is. That's exactly just how that movie is. And so let's not go nuts here and think that it's totally changing. They're gonna destroy the universe and reboot. It's not rebooting. No, they don't have to seamlessly be episodic in where one connects the other. They could have different stories. They could tell different stories, and maybe they have a little bit of something that connects to each other. It's not hard to understand. Definitely not hard to understand. And if you're a comic book fan, you definitely understand. So I don't know, spread the word or something, but it's just kind of confusing and bewildering to see people, even professionals like these YouTubers, like Screen Junkies, not understanding that at all. I don't know why that is. But anyway, in any case, Geoff Johns, 100% confirmed. It is 100% is connected. It's just not episodic in nature. Alright, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Please have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.